Okay. Wow. Is it ever hot? Hey, how's it going? Okay. Be a little crooked maybe. How's that? That'll do. That'll do, donkey. Next, I brought the broom up again to sweep the trail. I think this will be the last time I need to do my water trail for the sweeping. However, next week, next Monday, we're going up the ridge up there. And, oh wow. It's going to be a long water day. Oof. Really long. I should have brought my pliers with me. Okay. It'll be what it is. Geez, half of it's spilling out. How do we do this? Really help? Okay. Anyway, yeah. That's so slow. Maybe it's better just to let it drip into here. Wow, this is going to be really slow. See, if I brought my pliers, I could tighten that off. I didn't, did I? Nope. Shoot. Yeah, so today I walk for water, the essentials of life. This is my meditation on thing. Always this is a kind of meditation, you know. And today I'd like to devote my meditation to Gabriel Weitzner Sensei. His Kendo Sensei recently passed away, and today in Toronto they had a, not just Toronto, well, it was in Toronto that it was based, but it was a Zoom get-together, and there's close to 100 people, I think, and it's quite beautiful, and many people talked about him, and so thanks. I want to thank Paul Morgan Sensei for letting me know a little while ago, and then Brian Asa and Shigemitsu Kamata Senseis for organizing this get-together. It was very beautiful. It's really special. I didn't know Gabriel Sensei well at all, actually. Not at all, I would say. Of course, he had this huge presence, so I was well aware of him. But, and he was close friends with Yamada Sensei, who is in Bangkok. So Yamada Sensei was on the Zoom call today, so Thailand was represented. The north and the south, or north and the central, let's say. Yeah. Anyway, so I want to devote my walk in honor of Gabriel Weitzner Sensei. Yeah. That was really, you know, I don't really miss Canada. I love where I live. But I do miss all the Kendo people. I have friends too that I miss, don't get me wrong, right? I don't miss my life there. What am I saying? It was a good life, actually. Anyway, my whole life's been really interesting and good, but, oops, here we go. One thing, Actually, I think I would have left Toronto soon. I left in 2001, I guess, the end of 2001, and kind of went nomadic for 13 years. And traveled all through Canada and practiced a lot in Banff with Sensei and some in Calgary. And but you know, and then I did all my horse rides, the long distance riding, and general wilderness travel, and all that stuff. But I feel like I would have left earlier if it wasn't for my Kendo practice at Japanese Canadian Culture Center at JCCC. Really special place for me. Anyway, so it's wonderful to see all my old Kendo friends there, or a lot of them at least. You know? Yeah. Okay, clearly I can't run this video as long as the water is running. I'm here for freaking hour. Hasn't been like this since the first year I was coming up. It was this slow. And actually I put in the valve here, right? I put this valve in and someone took the tap off, because probably was someone kept turning it off or something. I wonder if I can break something. Nope. I should have got pliers. Anyway, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to check off for now, and then I'll check in again when the second bottle's almost full. Well, we're filling up the second one, so I turn it on. Whew. Now, I'm saying it's hot, and it is quite hot. We're probably getting 31 here at the moment, but don't get me wrong, the city is much hotter, like 38 or so at the moment. However, during the cool season, it's easy to get a little lazy. Oh, I don't need to go in the morning, I can go in the afternoon, it'd be nice. So today I had this wonderful Zoom get-together for Sensei, and then I started working on this other guitar I'm working on, and tuned up the guitar I just finished, and saw a few things I need to touch up, and I was like, oh damn. Anyway, and then, oh, I'll go in the afternoon after lunch. I'm like, oh, that was so... See, the morning now, I have to do the mornings, right? Just cooler. And also, during the rainy season, the mornings often aren't raining, right? Often the rains come in the afternoon. Not always, though. I don't know if you can see this, but I put my broom under the pipe up here, so it's a little higher than the tap. Just a little. So it's helping it move a little faster. But not a lot faster. Anyway, I don't really mind. It's beautiful to sit here, and maybe I'll just be quiet and you can listen to these birds singing. And one other thing, sit somewhere long enough, the birds sort of get used to your presence, and birds and other animals, and start coming alive again. In Canada we call that Seton sitting, after Ernest Thompson Seton. Seton sitting. I don't know if that's a Canadian thing or what, North American, British? Anyway. Oh, birds stopped singing. Probably self-conscious, camera shy. Come on, sing. Oh, they fell. Okay, I might as well talk them. The birds don't want to sing. Yeah, so I do, it's really nice to see all the people I knew back in Canada, Kendo people. It makes me a little, I mean the whole thing is sad and beautiful and, you know, that's all that stuff, eh? It's life, eh? It's deep. One thing with the water this slow is there's very little turbulence, so it's crystal clear. Sometimes when it's really gushing a lot, like I would never come during a heavy rainstorm because, anyway, I've gone through it before, but like you don't want flow from the ground coming into the spring area. But often, you know, I'll transfer the water to my glass jars at home, and you know, after about an hour, there's like a thin layer of silt at the bottom. But you know what they said, gotta eat a peck of dirt before you die. So I've probably eaten more than a peck so far. A pack is, geez, what is a pack? A pack is a measurement, right? Like a gallon or whatever. It's not a gallon, but it's a measurement of that ilk. And it's a British thing, I suppose. Peck, bushel, all of the same kind of thing. Okay. Now we'll just get a little bit more water for drinking. It's flying a bit better right now. Probably because of the brim. Best water in the world. Brilliant. Oh, look at it go now. That's crazy. Ah. Oh well. It probably just wanted me to have a nice restful time. Yeah, it's totally gushing out now. Who can say? It's the earth at work, eh? There's nothing more than what's coming through the ground. In case you don't know, how it works is, here, get down lower. How it works is, should we refocus? Okay, how it works is, just over here, like about 12 feet back there, underneath that root ball. And that root ball wasn't there all the time. One day it came up here and the tree had just fallen right down. And of course you can't help but think, whoa, that could have easily have just come down when I was here, right? I mean, you know, it's not that likely, but, you know, there is a chance because it was right there. And, oh my God, that'd make you shit your pants. The whole tree coming down like 6 feet away from me. Because that is one of the things here, eh? Oh, aren't you afraid of snakes? Well, not afraid of snakes, but cautious of snakes, of course, because they've got some serious snakeage up here. Well, all over this region, of course, Southeast Asia, right? Cobras and various vipers and blah, blah, blah. And, oh, and there's tigers here, although I've never seen one, but they are in the region for sure. And it would be an endangered group of animals for sure, but definitely, hear stories of people, oh, I saw tiger tracks, by the cattle, and they have these little, people have cattle here, but it's nothing like back in Alberta, Saskatchewan. But it's really the falling things probably more dangerous, and it's not something that people would think about more, but in a wind, like if you get caught up in a big wind, hey, a bee just landed on me. Get out. Oh. Maybe it's my salty sweat. Yeah, it's the tree things falling, eh? Trees, branches. And I hear it. I sort of stop and then try to like echolocate I'm a bat. My inner bat. Yeah. Anyway, but I still hang my food when I go camping though, so I'm not completely disregarding the critters aspect. What else? What else? Yeah. Anyways, so I guess just on Gabriel Sensei, Same had a lot, and all my Kendo friends. It was quite beautiful actually, and you know, like I said, I didn't know him really well. By saying I didn't know him well makes me think I knew him a little. I didn't really. I mean, I've met him, and anyway, whatever. But like I said, I certainly knew him from other people and just presence in the Kendo world, and he had a real presence internationally too. You know? But it was really great to see people that did know him really well. You know, tell their tales about him, and well, he was a full human being, that's for sure. What else can we ask for in life, eh? To live life fully, and yeah, and I saw lots of people I reckon. Amy, I saw Amy there. Amy often watches these water walks, I think. What else? Yeah, anyway, so it's making me, you know, that's sort of that Irish thing, right? It's a beautiful sadness. It's a terrible beauty. It's a gorgeous melancholy. It's makes me think of John O'Donoghue, his book Anam Cara. Why? Well, because it's a beautiful book about life and living. It's so Irish, right? It's so rooted in ancient Gael type stuff. And anyway, so yeah, so that's that. And I guess that's it. I guess I would have, because last summer I was supposed to go to wanted to go to Canada and go to the Canadian Kendo Championships. And I was even going to compete, like, in the senior division, so I could compete against all the people that have always kicked my ass. I would have loved that, every second of it, even if I lost my first match. But I would try. Anyway, yeah, okay. So I would have seen him there for sure. Anyway, but yeah, mostly it was, you know, I heard lots of stories from people that knew him well, you know, and he was well loved, and of course you always have to hear you got to hear the full story, right? Not, you know, all the, anyway, whatever, you know what I'm saying. Like, it wasn't all just saccharine kind of stories of, it was the full thing. It was great. Anyway, I'm gonna check out now, and maybe I'll do a bit of walking, and you can see how well I swept the trail coming up. Okay, see you in a bit. Okay, off we go with the broom in hand. Oops. I guess I should flip this. So, geez, my hair's looking good today, eh? Whoa! I should just have it on me so everyone can admire my hair today. Look how great it's getting now. Anyway, let's flip it so you can see the trail. It's probably more interesting. Look at that trail, my goodness. There's a few spots I missed probably. But what I do, because I usually have a walking stick, right? Like a ski pole type walking stick. Because it's like having 3 legs. But what I do, I have the broom, is I just hold it like this and use it like a walking stick. I'll be doing next Monday. This year I was even, because every year we go up and sweep the fire road. It's not a road, it's kind of a wide trail, but the top of the ridge is a wide space that's been kind of cleared, and every year we go up, a bunch of us villagers. It's always the older people, I have to say. Never see any 20-year-olds up there. Anyway. No cell phone service, I guess. Anyway, yeah, so we go up and sweep it. It's wonderful, and I've been doing it, not the first year I was here, because I'd broken my freaking foot, my heel. But after that, Pisutam has been my oldest friend here, and friends of Gong and Piat. She asked me if I wanted to go up and help them sweep, and that was like a really wonderful moment, you know? A little bit part of the community. Whoosh. But after we walk up this way too, to go up, there's a lot of different places to access the trail at the ridge, which I know them most of the ways up at this stage. So maybe they'll appreciate having this bit of clarity for a bit. You can always use clarity in life, eh? Every now and then, it's nice. Again, feel free to admire my trail. Oh, there's a spot. What happened? Oh, I know what happened. It didn't seem worthwhile. It was so little. I can do it. One-handed sweeping. But it's easy to sweep up and to sweep down. Easier and safer, I guess. Yeah, let's look at the trees for a while. Ooh, quite dark. I think there, that's better. You know what? I just freaking tripped. Oh, wow, it's beautiful light, eh? Oof. Okay. Yeah, okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna sign off for a bit, because I just tripped on a root and that's not good. So I'll check in when it opens up down there. Okay, so here's one nice thing about coming at this time of day is, I don't even know what time it is anyway, but whatever, it's afternoon, mid-afternoon maybe, is from here on the light starts to really shift into this warm, beautiful warm glow, you know? Maybe you can see a bit of it on this video, but certainly in person you can see it, just so beautiful. Look at the dappled lights filtering through the trees. Yeah. No, it's really quiet now. There's some insects back there a bit, but now, yeah, I can hear a buzzing insect. Oh, some birds are up there, but it's quieter. I think this time of day it's quite often it's like, oh, enough of this singing business, it's too hot. Okay. Oh, there's something down there. Can you hear it? don't know. It sounds a bit human-like. Hard to tell though. Something's crawling through the bush down there. Whew. Maybe it's the famous tiger. I have a knife, but you know, tigers is big. Well, I've sort of been close to tiger-like animals. My cousin Evelyn used to take care of big cats. And she had a cougar lived in her house. Morningstar was her name. I put my arm right around it. Anyway, but even in the wild, like on the third year of my long ride, was it the third year? Yeah, was it? Oh no, second year actually. Going through western Saskatchewan, southwest Saskatchewan. Some of the highest density of cougars, highest population density of cougars in the world, apparently. And I don't know the numbers, but I can tell by the horses. They were like eyes wide open the whole time. But it was fine, you know, no problem. We never really got bothered by the big animals. And even at one place, the Great McIntyre Ranch. Well, I'm supposed to be doing long ride stories. I haven't done any since the gay wheat farmer story. Anyway, maybe next week. Yeah, but at one time I rode through the McIntyre Ranch. It's one of the great ranches in south central Alberta. Like, I don't know. Oops. Let's get a better exposure. Like one of the great ones. These are like these $100,000 acre ranches, you know. Full of native grass, of course. And they run cattle. And actually it's people like to, you know, put down the ranchers and stuff, but I'll tell you something. At this stage, it's the ranchers keeping the native grass alive. Not just, like my friends Heidi and David have maintained native grass on their land. It's nowhere near 80,000 acres, but nonetheless, they're doing their part, right? And part of the salt system in southern Alberta. And it's a noble effort, you know. Because the thing is, even though, so I was on the McIntyre Ranch, the Knight Ranch, and then Grasslands National Park, and then a big collective ranch. I forget the name of it now. I forget even the name of what that kind of thing is. Anyway, it's where a lot of ranches will run their cattle, but it's sort of run collectively. Do you know what I mean? It's not owned by one family or one person. So that's a lot of native grass, right? When you're in the middle of it, spending weeks traveling through it, feels like it's the world, right? Like you're traveling slowly through. It feels like there's nothing other than native grass in the world. But of course, the native grasslands are so diminished. In Canada for sure, and even more so in the States, I believe. Yeah, and it was a great honor to do that. Anyway, point being that at one point a bunch of the cowboys in the McIntyre come up to me on their truck with their horses behind them and says, "Hey, what are you doing?" "Oh, I'm riding through." I was asking them, "Hey, can I go through this way? I see a trail on a map." And so, "No, you can't go." And I'm like, "Okay." I went anyway because I thought, something seems fishy here. Like they didn't want me to. Anyway, so I did and it was fine. I got through. But they said, "Oh, just be a bit careful. There's a grizzly and a cub around the lake I was just about to camp on." And I said, "Okay." He says, "What kind of rifle do you got?" I said, "I have a Winchester 30-30. So that's not going to do you too good. It's really a deer rifle. Anyway, whatever. I mean, I brought my rifle with me the whole time. Never ever did I shoot anything. But I brought it in case I got in a jam, survival-wise, I could hunt for food. And also, just because you just never know, right? Situations come up. It's not as simple or as straightforward as it might sound. I'll just grab my rifle and shoot this attacking bear. It doesn't quite work that way. But nonetheless, there were a few moments when I was riding and could actually... the back of my head, the hair on the back of my head started to rise, right? I went, "Well, I guess I better load my 30-30. So I did. Anyway, interesting, right? But anyway, another point I was going to say, because there's like one human and two horses, right? Not very attractive for your average predator. Not an attractive thing to go after. And quite often, actually, that would be, oh, we are doing a long ride story. I remember once we were riding up through, where was this? I think it was north of the gardener's place in the Longview area. That incredible, beautiful foothills. Oh, eastern side of the Rockies, southern Alberta, southwest Alberta. It's like maybe the most beautiful place I've ever been in my life. It's like grasslands, forests, edge of mountains, foothills. Oh, stunning. Anyway, I remember a pickup truck came by and says, oh, basically I'd walked along the same road that they just, like this little dirt road, right? That they had just ridden along, and said, wow, did you see those bears when you were walking? I went, no, I didn't see any bears. And they said, well, we just saw 8 in different spots, right? But what happens, this is in my estimation, and it's probably legit because I have a little bit of experience now with that, is we travel so slow, and 3 big animals, and 2 of them are really big. And you know, sure, a grizzly could take down a horse, but a horse could easily kill a grizzly too, right? So, horses know how to defend themselves, believe me. Anyway, so I said, no, I didn't see them. But what I think, of course, what it is the slow travel, right? So we're traveling slowly. The bears see us coming a long way away, and cougars and whatever, and just, you know, tuck out of the way. They don't want conflict. Why would they? They're not going to go after us for lunch. So they just tuck away. So really had no problem. Always hung my food up, of course, as you should. Gotta do that. Anyway, so I guess I'm gonna sign off now. Big warm, what's the word for Gabriel Weitzner Sensei and all the other sensei in Canada and the people around the world that knew him and loved him and all that stuff. It's a beautiful thing, the Kendo world. It's a piece of bamboo. Okay, I guess I'm heading out. Okay, ciao. Remember, get the hell out in the sun, everyone. Don't wear your mask. Actually, that was Brett Weinstein and Heather Hines saying, oh, they just can't bear it seeing people wearing a mask outdoors, right? It's like the thing it's stupid because the chance of catching anything when you're outdoors and in the sun is so minimal. And the other thing is, any chance you can get to get some vitamin D on you, I would say grab it. And when you wear a mask, most people are wearing other clothes, right? You don't wear a mask and are butt-ass naked, right? So you're covering most of your face. So that's what I think. But do what you want, but you know, whatever. Okay, but please, hope everything's going okay everywhere where you are and just dealing it with as you will. Okay, I'll see you on the flip side, and cheers for now from the north of Thailand in the mountains.